Biotechnology, if you look at a very strict definition, would be drugs that are called big molecules. They are very big structures, they are proteins, and they need to be made using living cell lines. If you go a bit broader out, every drug that is very rationally designed, so a drug that is based on a better understanding of the underlying disease, can be called biotechnology. Well, biotechnology is a sector or a thematic that looks interesting on a longer term horizon also. So we don't see it as something that is just now interesting. It has been interesting for some time and it's surely very interesting for the future. But what's specific now is that there is a lot of innovation going on and there is a lot of new mechanisms that are tried in the clinic or even have been approved already by the authorities like the FDA in the US. And on top of that, the sector has derated somewhat over the last 2 years, and especially the big companies have become rather cheap. They're very affordable now, so the valuations are reasonably low. So it looks like an interesting entry point, yes. If you invest in biotechnology, obviously you need a valuation process. You need to know how much a company is worth and compare where it's trading now. But the most important is that you do understand the drugs that are being developed, because in the end, biotech companies, just like pharma companies, they are selling drugs. So it's not some kind of a luxury consumption, it is something that is developed by doctors, is prescribed by doctors. So we need to think like a doctor or like a scientist. So if you look at our analysts, both senior analysts, they have a very relevant education. They're both PhD in biotechnology and they have done very important postdoc research work at well-known institutes like MIT in Boston or Max Planck in Germany. They have the academic skills to really judge those very complex matters. The investment process is really based on a thorough analysis of ongoing clinical trials everywhere in the world in many diseases. We are looking obviously at all kinds of diseases. Wherever we see clinical progress, wherever we see drugs that make a difference for the patient, we will analyze and eventually invest. So it's a very broad field that we look at. The investment process is really axed on scientific data, getting the comfort that we believe in a certain drug, and then applying our valuation methodology, which is basically based on the market cap of the company versus the expected sales of that pipeline brought back to net present value, obviously.